Immerse yourselves in the ocean of my words are the exhortation of Baha'u'llah to us all, so that the pearls of wisdom hidden in it is revealed unto us. Some of these beautiful words of Baha'u'llah are explained by Abdu'l-Baha, like outward forms and symbols must be used to convey intellectual conception. Knowledge is said to be of two kinds. One is the knowledge of things perceptible to the senses, that is to say, the things which the eye or ear or taste or smell or feelings can perceive, which are called objective or sensible realities. The sun is sensible because it can be seen. Sound is sensible because we can hear it. Perfumes is sensible because it can be inhaled and a sense of smell perceive them. Food are sensible because the palate can perceive its sweetness, sourness, and saltiness. Heat and cold are sensible because the feelings perceive them. These are what they call objective or sensible realities. The other kind of knowledge is intellectual. That is to say, it's a reality of the intellect, and it has no outward forms and symbols. For instance, love is an intellectual or mental reality, and for this reality, the eye does not see, the ear does not hear, the taste does not discern, the smell does not perceive, and the touch does not feel. In the same way, the human spirit or soul is an intellectual reality. But in order for us to understand these intellectual realities, one is obliged to use outward forms and symbols. For instance, when we filled with grief and sorrow, we would say our heart is oppressed, enlarged, and broken. Although the heart is not physically oppressed, enlarged, and broken into pieces, but we use these outward forms and symbols to explain intellectual realities. All living things signifies composition, and their death decomposition. But the universal elements or matters that does not become absolutely annihilated and destroyed. No, the non-existent is simply transformation. For instance, when man's physical body is annihilated, it becomes dust. It does not become absolutely non-existent. It still exists in the shape of dust, but transformation has taken place. So this composition is accidentally decomposed. The annihilations of other beings is the same, for existence does not become absolute non-existence, and absolute non-existence does not become existence. Abdu'l-Baha explained that man has 5 outer powers and 5 inner powers. The 5 outer powers are the powers of the senses, that is sight, hearing, taste, smell, and feelings. His 5 inner powers are the powers of imagination, the power of thought, and the power of comprehension, and the power of memory. And the power that is common to the outer powers and the inner powers, it connects the outer powers to the inner powers, and it is termed the common faculties. For instance, sight is one of the outer powers that see an object and transfer it to the common faculties, which in its turn transport it to the power of imagination. And after it imagine the shape of the object, convey it to the power of thought. And after the power of thought, reflect on the reality and grasp the reality, transport it to the power of comprehension. And after comprehension, comprehend the reality of the object, conveyed to the power of memory, which store it in its repositories, what was imagined, thought, and comprehended. These explanations never before brought to humanity in previous dispensation. This is why His Holiness Baha'u'llah is advising us or exhorting us to emerge in the ocean of His words, so that the pearls of wisdom hidden in it is revealed unto us. Thank you, and I wish you well. Faftailawa, manuela fa afongfong maimula fa sangsanga samo, soifua.